beginning at page 126. "I've just never given one," she answered, her little voice dripping with seductiveness. "Think it would be fun?" And then with me sitting watching the Brady Bunch, Laura unbuttoned my pants and pulled my boxers down a little and pulled out my
I keep trying to tell y'all. This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Labor Day weekend. Make sure you get the discount. 25% off the entire store. You'll see the discount apply at checkout. 25% off everything. That's my book. That's our new merch. Everything on there. The mugs that you've been dying to get. Some of the stuff that we restocked. The flags. Everything. 25% off through Labor Day weekend. Make sure you get it now because when the sale is gone, it is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Comment on this video. Share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to beat the dead horse. The horse is dead. I'm going to beat it until it's turned into powder because they gaslight us. And they say, they're not talking about these things in schools. They're not talking about these things in schools. They would never talk about these things in schools. But they are. You don't need to hear me out. Listen to a parent that's explaining the content that they're pushing on children in the school. This is like 3rd or 4th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, 3rd and 4th graders, listen to how graphic this is. We're going to have to blur out some of the graphic language because this is like X-rated stuff for adults. I would pass out and lose my mind if my son had access to this book. I would literally pass out because I would be so upset. Listen to what this mom said about what they're brainwashing these kids with. Roll the clip.
Christy Wade, and I'm a mother of children that do not attend CMS because of what I'm about to read, amongst a plethora of other reasons. But thank you for your time as I recite an excerpt from Looking for Alaska by John Green, which is a book currently found in the libraries of Audrey Kell, Hopewell, East Meck, Myers Park, and Howell High Schools, as well as Francis Bradley and Bailey Middle Schools. So beginning at page 126. "I've just never given one," she answered, her little voice dripping with seductiveness. "Think it would be fun?" "Do I? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I think I want to," she said, and we kissed a little. And then with me sitting watching the Brady Bunch, Laura unbuttoned my pants and pulled my boxers down a little and pulled out my "Wow," she said. "What?" She looked up at me but didn't move, her face nanometers away from my "It's weird." "What do you mean weird?" "Just big, I guess." I could live with that kind of weird. And then she wrapped her hand around it and put it into her mouth and waited. She still...
I almost can't even let her finish. This is so disgusting to me listening to it, and I'm a grown man with kids. I just can't fathom that they have stuff like this as material for kids. I'm going to let her finish, man, because this needs to be articulated. But can y'all believe this?
She stayed still. I could feel her nervous breath. For minutes, she lay there, stock still with my in her mouth, and I sat there waiting. And then she took it out of her mouth and looked at me quizzically. "Should I do something?" I don't know," I said. Everything I learned from watching Alaska suddenly exited my brain. I thought maybe she'd just move her head up and down, but wouldn't that choke her? So I just stayed quiet. "Should I, bite it?" "Don't bite it. I mean, I think that felt good. That was nice. I don't know if there's something else. I mean, you didn't Maybe we should ask Alaska." Board members, we currently have 85% of CMS 3rd graders that can't even read at grade level, as the gentleman just indicated. That's a disgraceful statistic that I would be embarrassed about if I were you. You can't get qualified teachers because our schools have become a joke, as evidenced by the trash that's currently in our libraries. So instead of providing books to our kids that teach them how to give blowjobs, how about prioritizing those books that will actually teach them how to succeed at life? Otherwise, you will continue to fail our kids more than you already have.
They should cry after listening to her say that. I literally almost teared up thinking about the fact that these children are exposed to stuff like this. You know how horrible that is? I couldn't even fathom when I was a 3rd grader, 4th grader, 5th grader, 6th grader, 8th grader, 9th grader, getting exposed to something that detailed and graphic of sexual nature at school. At school. Like, you couldn't even watch stuff like that on television. You have to go to the late night hour, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all was born during the day, but I wasn't born yesterday. You try to wait till your parents go to bed and they had a late night hour on there. And that stuff ain't even real hardcore stuff. That stuff is, whatever. They don't even show stuff on there. And that you gotta be stretching to find stuff like that. These kids can just read this in a library at their school, and they're failing. 80% of them, I don't think is functional at grade level. 80%. I was talking to somebody that I know that was explaining the school district run by all black people, and I'm not gonna say the name, or I'm not gonna say none of that. Kids are failing in school. They're doing our next generation and generations to come a disservice. They're so focused, hyper-focused on sexuality and gender and social justice and racism that kids are literally getting out of school and they're completely stupid because they don't teach them nothing and they just pass them because they black. They just pass them because they black. Do you think that makes sense? Y'all come in the comment section. 3rd graders, 4th graders with books like this. And 80% of them can't even pass class. What are we going to do about this? This is shameful. God is my witness. I'm going to my son's school, and I want to tour. They can't blame the COVID this year because that last year they were like, we can't do COVID, so I had to meet him in the hallway somewhere. No COVID, no COVID no more. I'll put a mask on if I got to go in there. I'll do a negative COVID test. I told the people at the school, I said, well, let me just do a negative COVID test. And then and I wear a mask. Therefore, I ain't got it. So I should be able to come into the school and sit in my son's classroom. No, well, we don't. Well, we can't. No, y'all full of crap. Now, I'm not saying they teaching anything wrong, but that is a lame excuse. If you're worried about me getting COVID to the kids, I get a negative test. Y'all not testing the kids every day or the teachers. If I present a negative test, wear a mask, I should be fine. And they wouldn't let it do it. But this year, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to go in there, I'm going to sit in these classrooms, and I'm going to listen to what the teachers are teaching my child. And God is my witness. If they bring up sex and gender, I am going to remove him from the school. He will be out of the school. If I have to go to court, he will not be in school. Teaching stupidity instead of teaching them how to be a functional adult and prosper. Leave that sex stuff and that gender stuff to the parents. You come to school to learn. You go home to learn culture. Y'all see me? I'm gonna make a video about it. Let them say something crazy like that at the school. We're gonna have a conversation about that. It's unacceptable. These kids are stupid. They come out of school, they don't even know history. They don't even know who the first president was. They don't even know what a state is. They don't even know what countries are. They don't know nothing, and they fresh out of school. All right, I'm done. I got to get to my radio show. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.